Hey, yeah, what's up? This disciple Marchello Currence, rain back up in this. I wanted to touch on something that's going on in the black community with this cancel culture and all this. Okay, first thing first. Okay, people are canceling people over words, things that they how they people they think that are racist. They're canceling just ridiculous stuff, all kind of situations, right here in America, in all different types of situations. But what you have failed to cancel is is the gang banging culture. That's right. That's gang killing your kids. Yeah, black people, you want something to cancel? Why don't you cancel the gang banging culture? Why don't you cancel the gang culture in your community, all in your videos, all in your music, all in your TV shows, all everywhere you go, gang culture is everywhere in the black culture. It's in the TV shows, it's in the music, it's everywhere. And gang bangers, which are a part of gang, which makes which is the one of the foundations for gang culture, is responsible for killing innocent babies and children. You want something to cancel? Why don't you cancel that? You cancel all these other corporations. That's what you do. You smart enough to think about it. You are smart enough to think about this. When you have one individual that belongs to an organization, you cancel the entire organization, that entire business, who they belong to. When gangbangers, specific groups, specific gangs are mentioned that kill kids, how hard is it for you to say we cancel this gang, specifically Pacific gangs that are responsible for killing kids in the black community? How hard is it for you to cancel their paraphernalia, that particular gang's paraphernalia, that particular gang's culture in your music videos, all your entertainments? How hard is it for you to cancel them when you see them? When you see their gang, that is that same gang that's responsible for killing children. Hey, it ain't everybody, but are you gonna wait for it to be everybody in the gang? Are you gonna wait for the entirety of the gang to kill enough kids or something like that? Are you gonna wait for that? So, and you never do anyway. You take an instant in time and you cancel a whole corporation. So why can't you cancel the corporation of these different gangs? Why can't you take and see and remove specific gang paraphernalias out of your? That means the throwing up of gang signs of that gang that killed the kids, the colors of that when it's all about signifying a gang, canceling them wearing certain colors, them wearing the bandanas, uh, dances and gestures that represent certain gangs. Why can't you cancel that out of your entertainment, out of your culture? Why can't you cancel gang culture out of the black culture when it's been more responsible group wise for destroying black people? You ain't about that life. So for the whole committee that sits back, the doo-doo committee, that's what I'm gonna call you, because you up here gang stock, you up here canceling all these stars, all these people, and your biggest problem is black on black crime, where kids are being killed, and you're not, and gangs, Pacific gangs are involved a lot of times, and you still have not canceled those Pacific gangs in your culture. You celebrating them. You're celebrating gangs and gang culture that is responsible for killing black children and killing black lives. Explain that to me. Why you sitting up here trying to cancel Dave Chappelle, you celebrating gang culture that's more responsible for bringing more destruction than he could ever bring to your community. See how backwards that is? You're not about that life. You're hypocritical. You pick and choose. And I'm gonna tell you why you haven't done nothing about it. Because you in actuality, you're fearful of rejection of the black community. You scared for them to reject you. Yeah. Yeah, you are. You're scared of black people to reject you. You don't know where you'll go from there, do you? You feel all alone in the world, and you're a grown person. You all in the world on your own anyway. Ain't nobody saving each other out here. Not really. You're scared of rejection. You're scared to cancel the necessary things in your society that have shown to be destructive to your people, because you're scared of rejection, and you're scared for your life. You're fearful that they'll threaten your life. So how can you be sitting around canceling people? I mean, you canceling people's livelihood, monies, but you're scared to die? Yeah, you messing with people's money. But you ain't really about that life. That's what I'm really trying to say. You sitting up here canceling people's money, but you ain't really about that life. You scared. Although you have canceled people's money, you have shown that you still are scared of people. You are scared of the black community, your own community. You're scared they'll threaten your life. Yeah, you are. You know black on black crime is the worst thing, the most destructive thing. And I'm going to call you out. Whatever that boo-boo committee is, whoever they are, you are the worst of hypocrites. You are the worst of hypocrites. Before you try to go saving the world from and saving black people from the world, why don't you save black people from black people? Before you try to go out here saving the world from people that's just saying racial slurs, why don't you save black people from gang banging and bullets? Before you try to save them from gang slurs, racial slurs. In my lifetime, I have never seen a racial slur directly, instantly kill somebody. But bullets do kill. And bullets have been killing your people. You ain't canceling. You have not protested properly either. You were doing none of that. So anybody you going after, really, I mean, really, you really not is not really trying to get justice. It's a biased thing, because the people that's really destroying your own people the most are yourselves. And you are not properly going after them, which means you have biased targets. You're biased when it comes to your targets. Yeah, we won't dare go after them. They're too black. But Dave Chappelle is not that, his background is he deals with whites, and everybody knows that and everything. So you probably sized them up before you went after him. Yeah, you did. You probably did. But you ain't gonna mess with nobody too black. But that is responsible, even though they too black in your perspective, to be canceled. They still destructive to black people. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100. Everybody talking about, you don't even know what to cancel. You get up every day looking for something to cancel. Yeah, they go for the what they call that, the Black Coalition of Justice, National Black Coalition of Justice. Why? And especially you. You know what Black justice is? Bringing justice to the families that have lost their children to gangbanging. You're calling for Netflix to cancel Dave Chappelle. Why don't you call for the black community to cancel the gang banging, gang culture in the black community and the music and it's in plenty of Netflix movies. Why don't you tell them to pull some of them gang banging videos out of Netflix? Why don't you tell them to pull everything that's and deal with gang culture out of Netflix? So you can really serve your purpose and get some type of justice for people that have lost their families to gang banging. Yeah, you ain't about that life. Talking about justice, the greatest justice needed right now is justice for people that are victims to gang banging. Yeah, let's keep it real. This is the biggest problem. Let's keep it a buck here. Yeah, I can show you the work. You ain't about that life though. That's what I'm showing you. I can show you the work. I can put you to work. I can put you to work. You'll be breaking sweats. You'll be put to work. I'll work you. I'll work you like a mule. I'll work you like a mule. You ain't about that life though. Yeah. All these people out here losing people to senseless gang violence. And the black community has in no way canceled these type of individuals. You have even if you can't pinpoint a gang, you have not even canceled the type of behavior in your community. You haven't even canceled that. How can you cancel anybody when you sitting up here having secret oaths of not snitching, holding back conspiracies of people? How can you cancel anybody and look at yourself in the mirror when you are ignoring the elephant in the room, which is gangbanging? Is the deaths of children at the hands of wannabe gangbangers is the biggest problem. That's the biggest problem in the black community, period. Yeah, you can't ignore that. You trying to act like that's normal. You trying to desensitize and pull wool over people's eyes like this is normal, this is a problem. People talking about a problem, I do better. That's an understatement. Do better. You have to completely change the world that you're living in. I mean, you got people killing their own kids and everything. And all you people that sit back like this committee, and you're not addressing the elephant in the room, man. And if you're gonna have no one left. You think you're using wisdom, you're not using wisdom. Because if you don't address this soon, you're not gonna have a lot. You're not gonna have a lot left. I'm telling you. You think it's gonna always be like this. But people gonna get tired, man. White people in politics can't talk about it because they scared of being canceled. That's why they ain't talking about it. Trust me, that's why. You got them scared to talk about it. So it's gotta be somebody black that talk about it. It gotta be. Because the first thing you gonna say when they white, they doing that because they can't relate to the black struggle. They don't got no business talking about it. It's a political issue. It's an issue in the American community. You tripping. To be real. Somebody ain't got the right to talk about it. You done lost your mind. They're talking about it, but they're just not doing it on cameras and everything. And And you gotta stop being so sensitive. Everybody talking about they tough, they hardcore. Black people act like they the toughest people that walk the land. But people can say one word and you're crushed. Where's all that tough African strength when it right there? Yeah. You want me to tell you my background? I've been called out my name by white people. Some of y'all ain't been through that. I done had a white person while I was working doing what I was supposed to do as an American citizen. I've had a white person on the job call me a monkey. Yeah, he didn't deny it. He did not deny it. I clearly heard him call me a monkey. He did not deny it. And by Thanksgiving of that year, he was shaking my hand. You know why he was shaking my hand? You know why? Because I proved that I wasn't an ignorant person, and I sat right there and I busted my butt. And by the end of that year, he was shaking my hand. I showed him an example beyond the stereotypes and the things he's seen, and the things he probably heard on the news. All this gangbanging stuff. And by the end of the year, he was shaking my hand. So why some of you try to act like I don't share in this experience? Some of y'all ain't never shared in that experience I just told you. You ain't never had no white person call you no monkey. That's worse. That's worse than the N-word to me almost. You calling a person an animal based on how they look. That's crazy. To their face, this person called me a monkey. He ain't denied. Yeah, so before you even judge me, acting like, man, come on, man. I'm about this life. You know what I'm saying? I'm about this life. And God made me stay at that job, because if I was a little older, I would have quit. See, I was young, tough. I'm still tough. But as a man, because I was a young man, I hadn't grown into fully who I am now as a man. As a man, I wouldn't have took that. I'm just being real. You know, but as a young man, I hadn't esteemed all my man. I hadn't got the manhood part all in my esteem makeup. And all the, you know how that is with the disrespect to your manhood and all that kind of thing. When you're young, I think I was 22 at the time. So, yeah, but it was ignorance. It was a racist part of Florida. I was working in Sefner, Florida. Anybody in the Tampa Bay area know, you know, but I walked up and down Sefner, you know what I'm saying? You know, so that's just to give you a little background so you know, I'm keeping it, you know, this ain't some person that live on a different planet. You know what I'm saying? This isn't some person that don't realize who has been the enemy. But what you don't realize is you are excelling at being the enemy as well. With the gang banging, with all this killing and stuff, you are excelling at being the worst threat. What you think? How you think God's seeing it? How you think God looking at this? Oh, well, they're black too, so I'm just let it go. Just because you black don't get a pass, you don't get a pass on harming black people. Just because you black don't mean you got a pass to play with black people. I let black people know that. You ain't got no pass to play with me. I don't know you. I want you to treat me just like you treat the white people. Just like you treat these other people. Nah, we ain't brothers and sisters. We can get to that point. But right now, it's mad disrespect and everything. And I want it to be, for me, a timeline a consistent timeline of just respect. Don't act like you know me, because you get too comfortable and you do disrespectful things and acting like you know me. That's what you do. When acting like me, you know me, you are not more respectful, you are more disrespectful. That's real. You act like you know me. You don't know me. I don't know you. You do not know me like that. I want, and and if you go down the wrong block, they'll act like the same, they'll act the same way. You go down one of these wrong blocks, talking about brother this, brother sister that, and you acting like you know people around there. They gonna treat you the same. They gonna talk to you just like I'm talking to you. I don't know you. You gotta realize what time you living in. You be trying to shape shift. One minute you talking about brother this, brother that. One minute you backstabbing. One minute you eavesdropping, acting like police. Then when you see somebody, then now you want to act like a brother and sister. Nah, it don't work like that. You don't know me. I'm gonna keep it real. You don't know me. You apparently don't know me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a warrior. And being a Christian don't mean that you just put off all. You're not a warrior. David was a warrior. David was a warrior. Okay? A real warrior, real time warrior. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people take your Christianity for weakness. Like, I'm just some pushover. No, God will make sure you suffer. Hey, if I'm not defending myself, and God is, and I'm not just going out and harming people, then someone has to do something. If I'm putting it in God's hands, then God has to do something. Yeah, I can't just sit back and just hope that, and people are being relentless with playing games. Nah, you can't just sit back and think, no, God's gonna, God will it'll work itself out. No. Nah. What's gonna work itself out? What's gonna work out is God taking care and making sure they're not opening their mouth and talking or anything. That's what's gonna work out. That's exactly what's gonna work out. It ain't gonna be no no. That's not what it's gonna be. God has to handle certain things and certain people. You know what I'm saying? Physically. And it amazes me how you sit up and talk, and you talk about how everybody else is doing you, but you don't talk about how your own people are doing you. Yeah, you talking about how everybody else is doing you, but you don't talk about how black people doing you. I'm not one of those type of people. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it because I'm gonna hold you more responsible because you know the struggle that black people go through. What you doing running around here hurting black people, shooting black people and shooting black kids, and you already know where they come from and the struggle, and they families were slaves. What you doing running around here hurting black people? You're held more accountable, not less. But in black community, you hold your own people less accountable for what they do to you. Yeah, you do. You hold them less accountable. Unless they're already pushed out on the side a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And the perfect example of that is Boosie. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it. Boosie, the rapper Boosie said black people is the worst race on the planet. Y'all let that go. Y'all totally let that go. Even after even though he went back on it, it was already said. And he was just keeping it 100. You doing the worst stuff. You can look it up yourself. Boosie said black people are the worst race on the planet. But because he's very dark skinned, I'm gonna keep it real, and he got very African features, y'all let that go because you consider that one of y'all own. Like, yeah, that's a real black man. He said y'all the worst on the planet. You mad at me for pointing out the truth? Or are you mad at him? And while I'm talking about being mad at something, are you mad because I tell you the truth? Are you mad about the gangbangers that's actually killing your kids? Which one is it? What you mad about? You mad at me telling you the truth? Or are you mad at the gangbangers killing your kids? What type of person that makes you to be sitting up mad at me for pointing out a problem, but you're not mad at the problem? What kind of person does that make you? That's what I'm saying. So the black committee, what y'all need to do, y'all need to y'all need to cancel gang culture. When they're gang banging and killing your kids, you need to have all of that pulled, everything that got gang culture in it in your community, the music, the TV shows, Netflix, all of that. Y'all need to cancel all of that gang culture out of your entertainment, out of your culture. Gang culture, you need to pull it out of black culture. You need to cancel that because that is one of the biggest problems of concerning destroying your people. Yeah, you need to go cancel that. But you ain't gonna